Blog Talk Radio.
And welcome, everybody. Let's make sure everything is good to go before we start our live show. I told you guys it's Break Change, Implement Change with Talk Radio Diva, and that is DC, myself, your host today. I want to make sure that we have our sound check right and everything's good to go so we can do this presentation without any issues, disruptions, or anything else. You all know the ground rules about the lives and everything else. Also put pound IMCC when you come in with the comments, and they need to be entered in the giveaway. All right, so our audio's good to go. We are live, everybody. Time to break those change strategies to implement change. Our show today is actually a pretty good one. It's about a level of breaking chains of disturbances of our peace. And where this stimulated from is eliminating distractions. Distractions come in all forms, but we have to learn the success formulas and strategies for doing that. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go up and talk about rituals. Everybody's always like, oh, rituals or this, that, and the other, and they're so bad, and this, that, and the other. Rituals are something we all do every day, all day. And if you didn't know it, going in the kitchen, making yourself some coffee every day before you go to work is a ritual. Every day that you go and you take your shower, you wash your butt and you brush your teeth and you get up out the bed, comb your hair, and do all the stuff that you got to do to make yourself tight and right before you head in the car and head to work is a ritual. So everybody likes to put rituals towards like a cult or something like that. We all have rituals no matter where you want to think about it. We all do a ritual. Whether it's in the church, whether it's outside the church, or whether it is in your community. And then on top of that, you have to think everything that you do patternistic every single day is a ritual. So I wanted to debunk that myth about all the things that people always say, oh, that's witchcraft, all this kind of stuff. Listen, let me tell you something. Everything has an energy, and everything is based on the energy you put out. So when we think about all of these different things, we have to make sure that we understand that rituals happen every single day. Give me just one moment so I can get our Clubhouse going. You guys check me out on Clubhouse. I always like to make sure that I get an intro and everything else before we get there. So I'm starting the room. Our topic is on success rituals to eliminate distractions. So the room is open. You are allowed to come on in. So welcome to my Clubhouse. I will put the link up for everybody to come in and check us out. So success rituals to eliminate distractions is the room that you can come in and have a listen. The ground rules on live are that you don't come in here with spamming, provoking, and gaslighting, out of order, despicable behavior. I will put you out. I will report you on all platforms. I expect for my businesses to be taken seriously as well as professional in conduct and discourse. Therefore, those are the ground rules. And then on top of that, no screenshotting of what I talk about in my lives or no recording outside of what I said unless you get my proper permission or authorization to do so. And I want to make sure that you guys understand the things that we talk about are for enrichment, enlightenment, and for everybody that is involved in watching these lives and things like that. And those of you who are wanting to grow into a better version of yourself. And that's part of my I Am Abundance Mindset, and I am CC, your host, and this is Talk Radio Diva, and that's the power to do more. You may call in live, 515-602-9765, and if you would like to donate to the expansion of the businesses and things like that, you are not made to. It's not an obligation. You are more than welcome to do offerings and things like that with $IMCC Coaching, $Don Diva Coaching, and $Teamwork Online, and $Talk Radio Diva. This is to continue to grow as a life coach, wellness coach, health coach, and for you guys to be able to get to know me as a life coach, not in the personal manner, but on a professional manner, and then also to be able to rapport with you all, and I welcome you to the live. And I welcome you guys to have a professional discourse when I allow you to raise hands in the room and ask any questions, or if you're wanting to talk about your own life and things like that, you're able to engage either by calling 515-602-9765, or you're more than welcome to call local Georgia 418-5104. And that is a 404 area code. And if you want to also do international, 866-727-9323, and that is the international number for international callers. I expect for you to have the same amount of respect that I give everybody else. And then I expect for you guys to understand that it's important, imperative for you all to have a professional discourse. Now, if you're going to cuss, keep it to a bare minimum. And if you're going to be on the live and things like that in the chat, please misspell your words. If you're going to use anything inappropriate, I would prefer you did not. Many of you guys know that sometimes I might have a potty mouth moment, but I try not to do it often because I would like for you guys to get to know me outside of anything like that. Yes, I can cuss like a sailor, but I prefer not to. So I want to make sure that we get in live and have this good going, and we all enjoy each other on this live. So we are live in effect. So like I said, with that, the success rituals and empowering and disempowering rituals can go one and the same. I want you to understand why we're having this conversation. A lot of people don't understand that it takes a lot to be successful. It takes a lot to be a person of independent means and getting things done. And part of that is understanding that success comes with a level of ritualistic getting up, you hit the ground running, and you decide that it's never too late to find a new ritual to improve those who you're currently around, and also yourself, and also practicing rituals every day. So that we have rituals, but the question is we need to ask ourselves this: are my rituals empowering me or are they disempowering me? Ask yourself every day with your morning routine, or evening routine, depending if you're night owl, welcome, night owl. And for my daytime people, my happy, people who are my happy tree friends, like, good morning, you're like, okay, so happy this morning, all right? So between my night owl and then my happy tree friends, just evening type people in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Everybody knows it. And everybody knows I'm kind of like, coffee first, coffee later. Okay? So part of my rituals that I'm trying to do is reverse being a night owl and try to be a daytime person. I'm going to tell you right now, my ritual of where I have my things going works great for me. So I think the best thing I can do is keep the things that I do. So that's what I ask. Are my rituals empowering me? Are they disempowering me? It just depends on the person and how you're working. So you want to make a list of your daily rituals and routine that you've been doing over the past 10 years, 5 years, or 3 years, or even 1 year. Give yourself a true evaluation of what you do every day ritualistically when you hit the ground running after you get out of the bed and you're just like, devil, get off me. Or if you actually work with the devil and you're looking at all kinds of things and thinking about what kind of devil you're going to do today. I don't care whatever God you serve, we all come to the same level at the same time. You have to pay the high when you go to heaven or hell, whatever God you serve. Again, I don't judge anybody. It's not about religion. So we're keeping this mutual exclusive, but a separation of church and state, things like that. So I want you guys to understand all of that. And, to analyze these outcomes of these rituals, you have to look on your analysis and point of view to be absolutely really cognitively capable of saying to yourself that you develop over time. How do these rituals or goals or things that you do every day, how have your daily routine affected your relationship with your family, friends, your coworkers, or your neighbors? Then you have to ask yourself, where is this affecting me? Is it actually doing me greater good or is it doing me bad? And then when you think about all of that, if the answers to the above questions, which are clearly stated, what habits have generated any negative or negative impacts in your life? And you have to ask yourself, then what is evidence that you are disempowering in your ritualistic things that you do every day? And what part of you need to change to empowering rituals that overlap that and begin to remove over a period of time, like time to break those change strategies, implement change, breaking with your strategies or disturbances of your peace or your peace of mind, or a level layer of higher when the crystal illuminated one mindset. So you can go back to the original person you're programmed to be when your DNA is set into you and the levels of how you operate every day, your CPU, your brain, your central nervous system, your whole entire chakra, everything that makes you you and your soul that pays into all that, and begin to look at these rituals that feed your soul and allow you to grow and continue outside of your soul the energy guys understand where we're going here with this. Because it's so to overlap into resiliency and including up to situations that happen in your life. Like my environment has been rather poisonous. I've had a lot of different things that have been going on. And it's not just about me. This is just about in general. And when you're thinking about rituals, when we're thinking about, everybody has a way of how they do things every day. Some of us meditate, some of us pray. Some of us actually do rituals every single day. And our prayers are thought of how do I get there from here? How do I go from disempowering scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset into empowering rituals to help me empower myself past the same levels of running around a circle, but nothing is getting done. And I will tell you guys, it is also the quality of the company and people who are around you. Now, mind you, we're all responsible for the stuff, but you have the power to change your thoughts. And the power of your thoughts also is visually influenced your actions. So with that, every one of our actions change about the types of thoughts that we initiate. So when we think about this, whether the idea came about consciously or subconscious, meaning like in our lifetime, we've been around all kinds of walks of life of people. And we've also dated different kinds of people. So to create an empowering ritual, you have to learn how to reprogram your mind. So you understand what I've been saying about reprogramming and what was a programmatic re-culturing, reinventing, or reinventing the wheel, but not the same type of wheel with the same type of levels of disempowering rituals that are not helping you. You need to go towards rituals that are putting you in a purely abundant mindset. Something that allows you in your subconscious thoughts to reprogram yourself. Because, like I said, your set DNA, RNA, all the stuff that's within you is your set program. But just like if a leader gets malware or ransomware, it's the same thing with people being in your life. Some people are malware, it's a little bit of ransomware. And some people are poisonous, and they poison the system, your mindset, your subconscious mind, and your CNS gear, and everything else, and trace on proportions, and your cerebral loads, and all these different things. And over a period of time, your brain, your body, and your mind remembers all of that. Someday it begins to be like what we call malware or ransomware. Things that have happened to my years when I was about to have all the DDoS attacks and attacks that happened to me in business. These types of situations were disrupted in my business. I want to give you that for instance or example of that. That's just like somebody going and putting keylogs on their computer. They're finding out everything that makes you click and mark, and then they begin to download a level of ransomware, malware, the things that happen to me that cause relock computers, loss of devices, or phone tampering, the things that were inventing privacy rights. I'm giving you a prime example of these type of things that seep into your subconscious and begin to poison your active program, your IM system, your illuminated one that you were born with, and it begins to go and download this malware into your mind, your body, your spirit, and it becomes a little what we call discombobulated, or what we call disorderly in the manner of rituals that are becoming disempowering rituals instead of the empowering rituals that you're already set with, your crystal, illuminated one, or short form, great I am. So when you think about all of these different things, to create empowering rituals, you also learn how to bring children to mind to accomplishing a level of the reprogramming yourself to begin to have the first level to finding empowering rituals to really use this to what we call replace the disempowering one. And I want you guys to understand with your day and night rituals and the right attitude is your full energy and refresh with new ideas or new things or learning a level of dialectical or emotional or cognitive brain training, things that you do in mental health therapy or what we call a therapist office or what we call a level of life coaching, or if you go to a psychiatrist, psychologist, who goes from the clinical medical side to a board certified people who diagnose and treat comorbidities, and then they begin to help you with those levels of rituals or things that will help you be a successful human being or become whole again once your mind has been broken or subconscious has been poisoned with that level of malware or series of what I call unfortunate events. So when you think about all these different patterns and you think about all the things you have to do, think about someone who's been through trauma, PTSD, or anything like that, or traumatic events, or series of unfortunate events. What is that? All those events begin to poison that person mentally, emotionally, and begin to make that person go from empowering rituals to disempowering rituals and act on those disempowering rituals instead of programming themselves or reprogramming themselves to go to a better illuminated place, illuminate what I am abundance mindset, or a level of what we call from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. So what you reverse is the level of disempowering rituals to going to a level of rituals that are empowering. So and not aware that they're not empowering you. So you begin to look at all these different things. We all have the same 24 hours in our day. But somehow we structure our activities today to make a lot of differences. So when we think about all of these different things, we have to say to ourselves, how is this working out? How is this going to help me? How is this going to make me more empowered and capable of doing what I need to do? So when we think about being born and bred to do what we need to do, a lot of those things are also about our life and the people who become malware or ransomware, the things that happen to me in business, or some of the stealing business models and doing all sorts of gaslighting stuff, it became more detrimental than it was empowering. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand this from that point of view and being able to understand it in the sense of, hey, am I empowering myself? Am I getting things working to where that they are not causing these multiple layers of disempowerment versus empowerment? So I'm going to give you some common disempowering rituals examples of that. Getting out of bed after a long sun that has been quite comfortable to itself in the sky and having to provide great warmth to the earth. And you think about all the things, and you've been out there and the sun begins to drain you. It's like good in moderation, right? Like a physical mental exercise, that's not a good ritual. Unhealthy eating habits which are leading to degenerative or fatal health issues. And begin to enrich yourself with fresh air. You have to remember to get yourself a level of refreshing yourself and getting people who are refreshing and don't take the life out of you or drain the life out of you with your poisonous behaviors, things that are becoming what I said examples of what computer being different or provoke and gaslit things that happen to me, a level layer of malware and ransomware, and all things that they're doing, because when people disempower you, it's just like the same thing. It begins to poison you. It begins to poison your system, your mindset, and your things. So your time is used for reading and watching content materials which cannot assist you or achieve your personal goals. So begin to whittle what you look at, what you absorb. And I understand the level and depth of my social media detox. Here's why I did that. I wanted people to begin to understand that there's a level and layer of you are what you watch, you are what you absorb. So when you begin to absorb toxic disinformation too, or people who do all these types of things that are toxic, provoking, gaslighting, or cause you to react, or a level layer seemingly begin to program your mind or poison you, you begin to think about all of those different things that are considered ransomware, malware, keywords that eventually get into your mindset, and those are bad rituals or disempowering rituals or poisonous agents of level of support or agents of levels of discourse that's unacceptable, egregious, or causes you to become a level of a controversial change rather than simply change, and begin to change agents and change how you process things and change how you go from disempowering rituals to a empowering ritual and a mindset that becomes therapeutic, holistic, and a level and layer of discourse and conduct that is benefiting you instead of not benefiting you. And I'll give you a prime example. The individuals that we interact with on a daily basis influence our thought process and a lot more than we often realize. You will not find any successful people hanging out on the side of the street, speaking to a group of individuals that only hang out the street every day unless they're doing the same like community outreach program and trying to learn something and figure out how to relate with others. Gossiping on the telephone for hours or gossiping on the internet for hours is considered unnecessary spending and a value of reduction time and a level of success for each individual. So I started looking at those different things. It's kind of like the prime example when I was on YouTube. I had someone mention my name on YouTube and my Twitter. And this girl, Nicole Martinez, thought it was funny to go on this other girl's live and mention my name. So I politely told the girl, Nicole, don't mention my social media platform, and this is one that I have to press. Because I've been through a level of terroristic behavior, but we'll see gaslighting on behalf of another woman monster. And she needs to be the one to type up the issues, and I would go to the issues and go legal department and also the corporate officer. And there's several others involved in this level of discourse, of victim conduct, of disempowerment, and levels of provoking evil, sadistic, psychotic, psyop levels of behavior, and damaging things that I've been doing, and going into personal records and PHI, all the different things that we've been doing. So I addressed it today, speaking to, again, about all of it, and I told them that here's the link to each person and party that was involved in all these cases in the country, and I'm saying I quit it because we're at the point of going to court. Because these egregiously conduct and divisive antics are things that have been going on for a number of years, and I addressed it with law enforcement, and then outside of that, I addressed it with a particular platform In my case, yeah, because it's gone on for a decade. It's gone on overlapping 12 years since they're in all of it. So when we begin to look at these people who gossip or talk about other people's business, there's a difference between telling a story and telling something based on this is where I got it from, I don't know if it's true or not, and making that disclaimer and saying, allegedly. Or even at that, sometimes you have to take into what you say in repeat, because it can really hurt people. But gossiping on the telephone or the internet for hours to me considered unnecessary spending valuable production time and a loss for individual success, or individuals that are being targeted by these particular individuals. But if you spend most of your time with unproductive people or people who are disempowering, if you keep spending most of your time with these type of people, then you will become sterile in the mindset or sterile in the empowerment, but become more disempowered and become more like these people. Because they are poison agents of provocateur or professional discourse or a level of poisoning slowly but surely malware into your mindset and your thought process begins to adapt to your poison behavior and sometimes you begin to adapt in adulthood behavior. Wearing labels unsuccessful person or people who are unsuccessful or becoming successful overnight. But the way that their success is being obtained is on the back of others. But just remember, what goes up may come down. And how you go up is determining how you're going to come down. And like I was telling people the other day, you have to be careful of the way you come up in life. And the way you come up in life is the same way that you may go down, so you may go down sometimes worse than what you did to come up off the back of others or the hurt or harm of others. So when we think about all these different things, make sure you're not wearing the label of unsuspecting people or unsuspecting mindset or poisonous people or agents of provocateurs, what I call it. And that is a French terminology for a person who creates or sows seeds of discord. So evaluate your acquaintances, the people that you're around. And then if you're associating yourself with people who are thriving or successful, who are already successful, then you'll be motivated to change your lifestyle. I don't want to be around unsuccessful people or fake successful people, what are called faux success. That faux success will have you thinking that these people are making all this money, doing all this stuff, have a great following or a huge following, but that is a setup for a downfall. Because eventually the way you came up or the way you came up harming people is going to go down. So the levels of discourse or abuse and conduct will set the tone of your downfall later on. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it could be 15 years from now. Eventually those same people who are agents of chaos and provocateur, or what we call agents of discord, or sowing seeds of disturbing seeds, then you begin to look at those things and you think to yourself, I'd rather change myself, slow and steady wins the race. Because we never heard each obstacle or it's another thing that was done, slow and steady wins the race. So he who goes and goes methodically, steadily, grows is better than the person who races to get to the top. Because eventually when you get to the top, it's going to be the seed that really starts for your downfall all the way down. And you better hope you don't come down flight of stairs or your way out. So if you associate yourself with those people who are thriving and thriving in the right manner, teaching you the success rituals or levels of things that feed your soul, feed your brain, and we're fighting for these soul of this nation, and we're fighting for the soul of the levels and layers of I am illuminated abundance mindset, a level of unity, and what we call in topic in Yoruba, emoja, or levels of what we call namaste, or a level of having peace and discourse that makes everybody's soul come together. And with this nation and the level of disorder and chaos, we need a lot of order. We need a level of getting all these people who are misinformation or gossiping or defiant and abusive out of order. Despicable, the things that are causing a religious level of discord in the nation. That's why I say we are fighting for the soul of this nation, including my soul. My soul is tied into a level of unity and financial advancement and commitment to that level of change within myself. Because you have to start with yourself and begin to work outward. And so part of that is living, breathing, and eating the same words that I told you guys. You don't want to be what I call a Hippocratic. Because I didn't take a Hippocratic oath. I took a Hippocratic oath in medicine when I was a nurse. So when I think about all of this, I just took another oath and decided to defend the enemy foreign domestic. I meant that. But when I sign that oath, it means that the enemy can be somebody you're connected to. The enemy can be somebody's family. It can be somebody's external family or consider family. So when you do all of that, you sign that oath and commit that oath, just as I did as a deacon, I began to look at the life and look at the different things and shed light on the things that were poisoning me. Things that were poisoning my emotional health, poisoning my mental health, my well-being. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand how very important that is and begin to look at that in discourse. no matter. Let's take a breather for a second. And you guys may attend this live on Facebook as well, just so you know. So, again, you may also join the clubhouse. And you may go to Darnita Coaching to watch the live. You may go to IMCC Coaching or see them online. And make sure that you guys come in and just land and say hello. Get everything posted there for you guys. Give me 1 moment, darling. You guys know I like being thorough on the faces. You're welcome to come on in. I told you guys, I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to enjoy the lives and things like that. All right. So welcome, hello. All righty. So, all my Instagram followers, you're welcome to come on in. You may come visit the clubhouse. Welcome to the clubhouse. Again, I am your life coach and your wellness coach, divorce coach, and business coach for today. So, the title is Success Rituals to Eliminate Distractions. So, back to what I was saying. Make sure you're not wearing the label of unsuccessful people or unsuccessful practices that people have. So when you think about all the different things, evaluate your claims. As I said, successful people whom you are now associating yourself with or begin to meet successful people. If you're actually meeting realistically people more unsuccessful or what we call they have some success, but they're doing things that are so in favor of discord. So when you think about those people who are trying to be successful who are already successful, you become motivated to change your lifestyle or your behaviors or mental or emotional levels of well-being to suit that of success. So now, another thing is you start speaking to your friends that maybe are not productive. I'm not saying that you should just totally disconnect from people because you're not in the same wavelength as you. But if you're saying it's not productive or conducive to what you're trying to do, then I'm never suggesting that you'll associate with them less and find more individuals that share similar success or vision that you have. And successful people associate with other successful people. They don't associate with people who are discord or feed fillers of disempowerment or levels of agents of chaos, discord, or distractions or disturbance of peace. So never making any plans. When you're thinking about never making any plans for your day, and you just go with the flow of the event, you're beginning to become like those who are not productive or non-solution. And if you're not making plans for achieving, you're quickly setting yourself up for failure. So think about that. So do not be surprised when you reach failure results. So, and you also think about that, if you're no longer get along to people associated with discord, chaos, and disorder, then you're going to eventually fall prey to that same type of person. It's happened to me. And I was doing transition that I literally had to get to a point that I was like, you know what, I'm going to just want to start working out. I'm not going to allow you to follow me. I will report the issues, and I'll keep my moves. I had to do that due to intimate partner violence, technology abuses, signal tampering, tapping things, and vision privacy I went through. So I want to share with you guys the true events that have happened to me, but I also want you guys to understand that it's very important to begin to understand how to feel from all of that. And with that being said, I want you guys to understand how important it is to begin to go and have better time management. Because for time management, you might have made plans for your day, but you spend too much time with non-conducive rituals that are unproductive disturbances and things like that. Only an example of things like infection. I've been through it. I've been through all the ups, downs, all around. Eventually drop that emotional roller coaster. So while all that is true, most of the world wealthy individuals might not have a master's degree. They might not have a PhD. They may not have a bachelor's degree. They may not even have anything other than a high school certificate. Some might have a GED. So it's not because spoken about your level of education. It only tells people that you have a discipline and an understanding. So when you think about this, it still is only a burden set for your money. So when you think about that, you have to think about continuing educating yourself daily, reading a book, or by watching various videos that will assist in improving our skill sets, our mindset, or ritualistic levels of empowerment versus disempowerment. You have to think about what does a degree have to do with common sense? What does a degree have to do with how you treat people? What does a level and layer of higher echelon or higher learning have to do with a level of common ways of discourse? Or being less of an agent of entrepreneur, but more of an agent of a ruminated abundance mindset, or a level of attraction mindset, or resource I am, which builds off the pyramid of each foundation of hardships, obstacles, and things like that to help you become a better version of yourself and to begin to mentally and emotionally change and be a better version of the former shadow self. But walking back into your I am self, your true self, your illuminated one, you're born with it. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe she's born with it. It's like that commercial. I can always break the reference. Maybe she's born with it. So when you think about all these different things, or if you're a male who's represents a female, or whatever you want to find yourself as, and happy pride to everybody who's pride. I am a pride ally. I am heterosexual, but I, again, support the community and the LGBTQIA community. And happy pride. It's all standard pride month, but my pride allyship goes all the way here. So again, happy pride. So, you guys, I want you guys to understand it's nothing to expose us to sexual orientation or purpose. None of that has to do with this person. It has everything to do with his character. And that's coming from the levels of the great and back to the past, Martin Luther King, and others that have been taken out of here a long time ago, being in their head. I don't know how the guys he's not my show. So, again, like I told you guys, I always like to reference certain things that help me to come to my foundation of I am abundance mindset, eliminate concept, orderly mindset, a level that keeps me from chaos in the form that goes on around me. And I started to slowly but surely know myself in the chaos or chaos starting type of people or people who are unproductive or they're highly successful right now. Who look like success, but how to be honest. So when I think about this, I don't compare myself to the next person because everybody has a way of how they got to the top. But the way I want to get to the top or get to a level of peak performance or abilities is not off the back of learning people or keeping out of what they're now. And then on top of that, I remember one thing was let's go up, let's come down. And you have to think about that. How are we coming up is the way that it come down. And it might be a crash and burn, but it's not said and done. So at the end of the day, I don't want to crash and burn. I would rather come down on that slope as I go to that peak on that pyramid. So I want you to know what I'm saying. Every foundational work that's thrown at me, every last degree you can throw at me, I think the same is starting happening. I use each point of this work to begin to take a level of building off that foundation and beginning to build a level of a true circle, pulsing eye, shedding some light, and beginning to not miss the mark. I begin to say to myself, I'm going to be okay. Things are going to be fine. Trust the process. Fear not. It's shed some light. That as a beacon, I begin to sit there and say to myself, maybe I am doing my best. Maybe I am a good person. Maybe I am somebody. It's no longer maybe I am somebody. So we got to start with those affirmations, the things that we're going to talk about after this one, and help us to begin to build that mindset and look in the mirror. Because I remember talking to my mother last night, and let me tell you guys something. My mommy, yes, I call her mommy, my dude. My mommy gets all right now, but I love my mom. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows I'm a good baby. So is my sister. Don't get it twisted. My sister is my mom's good baby too. She's a mom girl. That's so much. I would have been a daddy girl if my dad was there. Or he was not, and those are people trying to put them things. We didn't put them so much. So with that being said, I love my baby. She's my greatest teacher. And I get her the accolades and the level of respect that she's earned. There are times where I've might have a problem with it, but I don't, because it's my own. That's why the level of order and eliminated mindset and abundance mindset and no longer my life tonight. Look over here. Wonderful I am going to be okay. Wonderful I am so much. You're going to be fine. Just let things go as it is to let God handle it. That's our weapon. Let the Lord and Savior handle it. Let God be served. Let the Lord and Savior serve it. And handle it. So I thought about that. And I said to myself, I'll live with the Lord's part, whatever God will for me. Because it's no longer something I can handle by myself. And then I thought about these messages and notes that I get every day. And remembering that every day, at each special moment of angel numbers that I look at every day, that somebody's looking out, watching for us. They're partying with this world, understand what they're doing, no clue about it. To make sure I'm safe every day. Mentally, emotionally. There are people on my Twitter, on my Facebook, even in my group, who've been my mental health warriors. All of those private things I never even spoke about until now. Because I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. And I felt like I was not told by somebody doing it for me. I wasn't told anybody, yeah, I'm going through life and going through everything. I didn't learn the people that need to be learning, but I didn't say I need support emotionally. I didn't say I need some people to rally around me. Because I thought I could do it by myself. I don't need anybody. Training that I went through 6 months. I had a great person who helped me to realize everybody needs somebody. He's in the fire therapist as he has his own business. He's more amazing. He's doing himself. He was my coaching practice partner. He taught me everybody needs somebody. Start writing down things to help you. Start writing down some information to help you. I'm not sharing this with you guys. I think this is time for me to get a little bit in a second. Because the level of depth of what he taught me helps me every day to keep myself together. Mentally, emotionally, all going through a lot of things. And when it's really a wonderful heart, I want to let my life go. I wanted to not keep going. I was exhausted. I felt like throwing in the towel with my business. We all get to that place sometimes. I want to understand we all need someone. We all need someone to help along with that extra dramatic that becomes a level of what. So I'm going to share with you things that let's first write it down for the paper. Original level of therapy. And holistic therapy is something that I have learned in paradigms of coaching, and as well as a certified wellness coach. And I want you guys to understand why I'm asking this now just alone. Again, you can call 515-602-9735, and you catch up with our very third on-site INCC coaching, non-negative coaching. You can go online, talk radio, do little talk radio, do the term to do more. You may also call a level of 866-727-9333, and that's international, or you can call 404-418-5104, and that is the actual number, 2 words out, 44, area code, and the text number line 727-9333, and it's 836, and that's the frequency to call it, international or text. That's how you go into the process of becoming and making choices towards more successful existence. So, and this comes from the National Wellness Institute. Wellness is not more of an essence of illness, but a continual striving to live a life that is full of meaningful, zestful, exuberant levels of building yourself on a pyramid or a level of emotional health, mental health, and behavioral health, wellness, and becoming more whole and holistic in how you approach life. Wellness is also existence or experience of living life with high levels of awareness, consciousness, and self-acceptance, interconnectedness, love, and meaning and purpose. So illness and health are only a tip of the iceberg, but to understand how these things can the root causes is to go into understand, own, and begin to learn. So I want you guys to understand why this is very important. I'm going to give you these levels of accountability and how I began to get before I get some information of what was bothering me. One, my sleep pattern was off. There's being disturbed mentioning partner about stalking, harassment, bullying, terrorism. I'm taking comfort level. I'm tired. I'm worn out. Equipment seeking new market. All the things that were going on. Merchant terminal camping. Financial strain, duress, economic abuse, political control. Food industry, it was not adequate, not safe, because you constantly getting my health care for myself, making me sick. You only for looking against on the price and things that will make me stressed out and upset. I was beginning to lose my hair. I was beginning to be stressed out to the point I was sick. Then on top of that, emotional warfare is taking a toll. Toxic levels of people were considered down for a big toxic down. Extended people that I have yet to meet in parties who were involved. Levels of people I dated, which I consider families that were violating my personal rights to privacy. Levels of people I disorderly things to walk the door. The things that were becoming a level of child rights change strategies and for change. Business rebuild progression between all because of their silly business model, resulting in gaslighting, emotional abuse, tormenting, bullying, harassment, or violence becoming negative because constantly having to fight them online, keeping meals. Every level is a layer of discourse and the product that because the levels of the civil disobedience that has shown on social media to get them to stop. Like, these people don't mess up these people on time, y'all. Levels of method of representation. You know, the difficult levels of temporary Wi-Fi while I was in a hotel being acclimated before I got my apartment. The energy of my home-based business. The energy of the levels of layers of doing work in the hotel. Turn off Wi-Fi in the hotel. The little things that were created in the condo. Including parking lots. Even when I moved to my home. And the levels of that my home-based business and dogs and things like that with tech.com and support.com. All the different things that don't take it home. You know, all the different things that you were doing. And keeping me from economically getting my feet. You know, that's what my credit. Really things with all of my credit going back to normal. And everything else was fixed and working all over that. It wasn't bad in the first place. But the damage is enough to where it was causing me to live the layers of loss of opportunity. You know, causing financial distress, you know, and causing alienation and fix with my child and trauma for my child. So those are the things that I did. So when I went through my rules of coaching and things like that, as my coaching partner, and I'll leave the personal family, the information that was taught and things that helped me in my paradigm of coaching is I feel confident. I'll get the better layers of nutrition and nutritional value and safe ways for me to eat right. I am free. I will not stress, and if I get stressed, I will find ways to reduce my stress. I am a spiritual warrior. I am favored. My business is going to grow and rebuild and expanding. Now you know where the love operates are coming from. That is for you guys to be shareholders in the levels of successful warrior, spiritual warrior, to become a better version of myself and continue to expand my business. I am strong. I am divine. I am peace. I am happiness. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And if they do, that prosperity will be short-lived. I am harmony. I am the happy love. I am complete. I am happy. I am and hold and smile every day in spite of. I will try not to get angry. I will focus that energy if I do fall short and become angry and begin to take that energy into something productive. I am fearless. I am going to fear not. I am going to trust the process. I am humble. I am accepting of random around truth. I am the moving example to my child and to all those that want to hear me. I am going to trust the universe and the universal plan. I am trusting of the process. I am moving forward for life. I will protect my energy. I am great and my life will become greater. I am calm. I am focused on what matters. I am open and ready to receive. I am and will not overthink or worry and trust the process. I am accepting of my life's journey. I will always live in the present and begin to a process of recovery. I am the way to be and level and remain a positive levels and eliminating one. Today will be my best day ever, and every day going forward. And if it's not, I will find a lesson in that. I am blessed, and I will continue to rise up daily. So I wanted you guys to understand all of that. As I share with you a level layer of wild trauma therapy, and still continue to work with that, and have done that for the present with you guys. Because part of all of this is that even paraprofessional can't real-life situations, even professional doctors, lawyers, people like myself who are going to school to become an MD, eventually I'll get my PhD in forensic psychiatry psychology, so I can help people who are like me that felt the cracks, who didn't have people who are specialists and so on. The specialists that would help me to begin to see and shed light as to what's bothering me. Start delving into the things that are causing the layers of reactive abuse syndrome, causing the bad belonging syndrome, things that you've seen. But I wanted to document my journey. So it can get clear from here. So letting like at a level or layer of this empowering rituals is not nothing. But learning rituals of success, and learning rituals of healing, and rituals of a journey through mental health allow me to get to that layer of that pyramid, to begin to formulate a luminous layer of internal circle, a level of all-seeing eye, a level of light that's not making a mark, and beginning to see myself as a person in what is happening to me. And part of that was a level layer of human rights. And then on top of that, still reading the Bible, the Torah, and then the Quran, and other different ways of work. Each one of these things, a level layer of things that help us to read books, help us. Reading materials help us. Because somewhere along the line, I realize everything's relative. It can be separated. That's a level layer of showing the former self, the shadow self, and we need to not eliminate a priesthood, I am, or what we call grief. I am eliminated. So with that being said, on that foundation of the work that was thrown at me, I began to stand on each one of those levels and layers. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to get my behavioral health on this side, my mental health on this side, and connect the dots with the levels and layers of paradigm of coaching, and begin to build that connected to that peace, that top, and shed that light, and begin to go and use myself and become more illuminated, more light, and trust in the process of what's happening to me, and go into locking into success rituals. And so this is not a ritual that would be proven against me, or what would be ways of being off the tour, or chaos, or before. So when we think about this, and that's history has nothing to do with it. Yes, I am going to be a singer, and I am a PhD. That's in 5 years. That's what I've really done. I will still be a humble person. I was always humble from me. But the thing is, sometimes you have to be better than you. Somebody who knows better than you. Because the smart person who knows, I mean, there's a reason. I'm back to here. I don't know where to do with it. Most women don't let them know. Well, I let them know. It's emotional and understanding. But I do it everybody should, whether you're necessary or not. That's what the point of the enough. We're all saying different levels, coming with different levels. And part of that is getting all the poison out of our mind, our mental health, our emotional health, our environment, and beginning to go and remove the disorder out or fear stages or agents of the disorder, and begin to install a change agent of a layer of illuminated light. Please so. Illuminated one within each one of us. So the time to break this change strategy and going to change and these presentations is to help everybody to understand this. And begin to say to myself, I'm going to be living my weekend in person to work today and begin to go into a level, a layer of fundamental building the former self and building into the new version of myself that is more calmer, at peace, even though things have disturbed my peace. I'm beginning to go and have a level of emotional understanding, a level of behavioral understanding. So I don't react to things. I don't notice the things. And there's not one woman in this world who's in life that was well behaved in the beginning. So part of my behavior and part of my French earlier in these levels and layers of misconduct or reaction to things that were happening, things that were going on, and then things that you're not cool about. But me sharing this with you guys in this documentary and being able to share with you guys some reasons, and that's why I invited you guys into my shareholders for my hashtag law offering. For you guys to begin to be the shareholders and rebuild the wounded warrior, the Lord of the project to help other wounded warriors who are out there who are going through the same thing. And not being embarrassed to say, yeah, I'll promote me. Yeah, I felt sure, right? Yeah, they took me. Yeah, they canceled me. Yeah, sometimes I was right there with them in the church, going after and bought it. So we were just thinking, stop stressing out. They knew what they were doing. They were coming up over that. But what must go up, must go down, correct? I'd rather be someone steady than win the race of life. And that means I won't be willing to do anything and everything to get where I'm at. I'm willing to do what it takes to grow and improve where I'm at so that I can put that foundation brick for later on here, and eventually I'll get this. I'll get this outside just like everybody else. We can only get there from here if we try. Or we begin to see ourselves in a better light. Or we begin to shed the former self and become more what we call enlightened. So the four allocations of what I'm not reading books or by watching the videos that don't influence on our skill but help us. The four allocations of finances or economic for working people with this is very ritual for people who still finances happen. Or investing our money in things that cannot return on profit, or continue to return on investment each time you use it, then you have to look at this. Am I doing more return on investment on things that I'm doing, or do I look at the future type of value of what I'm doing right now? Because that can help me in my future. So I started thinking like that. So not let you become right in mindset or behavior like mental health, but it'll become more of a detriment and downfall later down the line if you don't begin to look at these different things and do the assessment like I did, and begin to look at what layers are causing all this level of reaction, what's causing this level of anger, upset, grief. And once I did that, I started to realize that I need to reach in on investment. I'll work this hard. Yeah, it was so business mom. Yeah, they didn't have to be important. You think so, all that. Yeah, they did a lot of economic financial support from the school, right? Terrorism, but they were dressed more people. It was not me at this point. The only thing that I needed to do was focus on money and mail. So once you realize that it's nice to have a fancy car, beautiful clothes, and nice best restaurants, mostly all our own, it will be rewarded for the assets that you have to in your hard work. So if I want to get here to a nicer house, a nicer car, or things like that, or replace the car from the beginning and mess it up because people playing psychology, then there's a level there of this collection in place. I cannot. My health cannot be fixed. It can only be improved. Same thing with emotional health, mental health, and things like that, but stress. Things like daily levels of cortisol, daily levels of triggering and then allergies, or inflammatory arthritis, and extreme stress. Or have you ever noticed that a person from around people that cause them stress? They begin to get better, they become more well, they become less pleasant, they become less private, and they move from not private to private. That's all part of growth. That is all part of the defense strength in my paradigm of coaching. There's all these paradigms of life and the levels of order, the things that we're all born around, all the things that were the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not envy. Thou shalt not have flaws. You know, all the Ten Commandments and the things are not important, but we're raised in church. All of us in board raised to go to church, and those of us who went to training church, and those of us like me who went, you know, they probably say, you know, stuff like that. It's not very lovely. That's my point. So I'm going to review. We had a little dress book, our Mary Jane book. And we had a little ribbons and braids in our hair. Look hard. But at the end of the day, it taught me love and layer of treat what it is want to be treated. I'll tell you the reason why it will pick me now. Party at the church window. Wearing food of Jesus. I could sit there and fall asleep every single time for all the things. And we referred to me everything in terms of chapter 6. Because, you know, they said each one of us will roughly sitting on the pew. And, you know, send messages like telephone. And, you know, a lot of people will roughly on the pew. So, I didn't say that, but, you know, they have to pray I tell you how important it was, I go back and think about the cooking lamp and light shed light. So it's better to turn on the light than press the dark. So with that being said, I want you guys to understand, no matter what fancy clothes you have, beautiful clothes, or what restaurant you dine at, you can have all that great stuff, but if you what confident and beautiful woman to gain the world what we said of their soul in order to get what they want. So what must go up, must go down. So however which way that you went about getting what you wanted, it does not mean that the lose yourself open that level of trying to get there for the fancy car, that beautiful set of clothes, or done at the best of the best restaurants, because the same way that you teach someone about EDP, food sales, all the different things that help people get to where they're at, some of the most famous people in the world are on EDP, food sales, you just don't know it. Some of the most famous people in the world eat fried meat. Some people eat buying their sausage and crackers. Some people are government cheese, you just don't even know it. So when you think about all these different things, we think about multiple of the things that they achieve now is because they went through hard work and reformatting of who they were and reprogramming of their mindset of disempowering rituals to success rituals, performance and levels of advancement and enlightenment of who they were to who they are now. So who I was wasn't who I am. So all the fires and God that you want to do it don't have to be available to us to factors of success circles and success formulas that you financial people are living a life of wealth. Fame and fortune if you work hard enough. So we think about 6 empowering rituals. And I love the number 6. The first number I have like 6 things. And it's also considered evil number 6. So when you think about 6 empowering your health, think about what you said. Your greatest wealth will always be your health. Mental health, emotional health, well-being. You should never sacrifice your health to achieve wealth. You should never sacrifice your emotional health and well-being to achieve wealth. To achieve wealth, we sacrifice outside of that. We all sacrifice it. We sacrifice a level and layers of where we live, where we stay. Sometimes we sacrifice time with our children if we're going to college or getting certifications. We sacrifice time with our husband or our fiancé by trying to get to better ourselves. Those are examples of sacrifice. Your wealth will never truly restore your health. You might not even live long enough to enjoy your success if you don't focus on your health, sleeping and eating properly, going to doctor's appointments, and any of the things done to look at your health. Your health is your ultimate wealth. The most inexpensive thing is to have good health. That means by getting insurance. Getting life insurance, whether you're poor, whether you're rich, look into getting insurance so that if something is wrong, you can fix your health. Put some money into doing that. The $5 to $10 you spend at Starbucks every day is $5 to $10 you can put a week for a level layer of insurance. The insurance is through WellCare, what is it called? Blue Cross, Blue Shield. Even through Apple Hospital, they have a level of where you can apply for help to get health care services. There's other places that actually are interconnected with some insurance companies. Like you got Humana. You got all these different kinds of healthcare companies that actually got their set plans, even if you're poor. And they help people to get your health under control. They even cover behavioral health, mental health, and wellness. Think about that. Nowadays, you can get the help that you need, whether it's mental health and wellness or whether it's physical health, from being deteriorated, gaslit, corrupted, abused, tormented. The same thing happens to me. Because if you don't have your health, then you don't have any wealth. You can't take your money to the grave. You must eat well to ensure that you have adequate rest. And what I did in health inventory, and I let you guys know what we call the my health story. Get up early in the morning or get up early exclamation evening. And once in the night if that's your schedule. A great ritual that you must develop is getting out of bed early in the morning or even if it's late in the night if you work at night. Creating a great head start to your day and then life begins to get up early and get up at least hours of the evening and begin to work. And do things where everybody else is sleeping. November success is what we're talking about multi-learning in the last presentation. So we get to make things in your journal that I want you guys to start getting. I don't have journals for Diamond Coaching, IMCP, and IMCPcoaching.com. IMCP is for the Wrong Specialty Equipment to listen to forms of public PTSD, and for me to serve as interim gap until I become a medical doctor. And I will have medical doctors who are going to on staff to diagnose and treat you. And I'll be here for interim gap for you to see me and evaluate the activities of the day in a journal. So with that being said, the journals are going to be on gmail.1 for children that listen to the and I'll have the baby's journal on there. And I will also have the adolescent students journals on there. And then I will have the vertical layer for the adults on there. So you guys will be able to purchase them. There are some that are on top of right now. Then also the calendars so you can keep track of your day. So 5 minutes of the morning to meditate. This is a quality time for people that you love. Invest in yourself by increasing your knowledge about the field of what you're in. And learn how to spend your money wisely and begin to return on investment. Whether you're an entrepreneur or you are a support personnel, you're so important whether you are a support individual or whether you are a top end CEO. We all have to respect the leader because the leader keeps the building clean. So think about what I just said. Even the CEO has to respect the IT principles because it's what they keep your business from being attacked. So think about what I just said. Your support personnel, your growth, your infantry unit, the people at the bottom of the totem pole are really the people where your eyes meet and help you to go and work off the ransomware of the people who do things for you. Whether you're in business or whether you are a regular everyday Joe Blue or Jimmy, as long as you look at the levels and layers of how you treat people, it doesn't matter if you got a master's degree or PhD, if you're an asshole or an asshole, I hate to say it that way, but if you're going to be a whole level of that, or a chaos agent, or a level of agent for both the sport, then there's a level layer of there's a special place for you to go. And it definitely is not for the cross. What goes up must come out and think about the way you treat people. And that's the way I've always wanted to conduct myself as a life coach, health coach, sport coach, as well as a business coach. I want you guys to understand that I coach businesses or those CEOs who might come to my office and say, no, we're not thinking anymore. Think of my coach. I think my business is whole business. And that's the problem I have for everything. Not so. What's bothering me about the business? I want to get them some little things about business and how to manage business and how to better continue being a CEO or Fortune 500 or a Forbes level CEO, and they'll be able to understand how to keep going. Even the best of us go to see someone. That's why I said you're professional to see people be so telling you. I'm telling you because I'm at the lower end of the phone call, and you take a person to help manage even the biggest top manager in the world. So think about what I just said. Even that manager goes to see and help support. Even that manager goes to Mexico. Even that manager has to send rituals like the things that was the other day about all these different people, Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Patrick Dorsey, all these people like Carlos Slim, all the people who are these billionaires in this world, all the people in the team, including women, citizens of YouTube, should have this assessment tool. Think about all these things. Think about the people who are like overworkers in this world. Demons of these Google. Think about Keith Barron of Google. Think about a little layer of Carlos of Google. All these people started out with word of mouth. A lot of these people started out with nothing and began to build on the foundation of all the work that was doing at them. Saying things that were designed to kill them. Things that were designed to break them down. Think hard through it. So think about where I'm at. And where they're at. And the masters who made it. It took levels of therapy. It took levels of layers of people who are successful to begin to mold me into the success I'm becoming. The thing about that book by Michelle Obama, I am becoming princess. I am becoming a good woman in my area. I am becoming a phenomenal businesswoman. I am becoming a great health coach, wellness coach, divorce coach, life coach, trauma coach, business coach. Because I took the time to go back to school. Although I was damaged, my grades in school was very detailed. The one thing about it, I was being with teachers. It was my personal life in the company. It's an important part of technology people, and they were privacy. It was 10 years ago when I had breaks in my life. I had things that happened that would break me right now. So I'm not afraid to tell you it happened. But I would tell anybody, if you're going to break someone down, build them back up and replace what you've done to break them. A perfect is harmless. Think about what I just said. If you hurt someone, harm them, disrespect them, or do anything that would hurt their emotional health, mental health, or level of wellness, then you need to replace what you did. And if you think you're a boozy or acceptable, you're surely not. It may not be the law that fits you, but it'll take this time the law did. The law I've been on my time, on my time, but it's other time. There are people who are English. They work behind the scenes. They work for me. To rebuild British other people trying to break me down, break me every physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, sexually, exploitative things that happen to me. Yes, embarrassment is one thing I've done. I'm able to talk about it, something that's triggered. It used to be times I was so triggered, I was so angry, so upset, scared. Because they were constantly trolling, provoking, gaslighting, terrorizing, using bots, rules, stuff like that. Because I wanted the social media platform managers to make it safe. Because it may not have been safe for me. It may have been your drove me on social media. On a stage of school. And I'm here to say, I'm here to help other people at maybe Twitter, maybe Facebook, maybe love Facebook, maybe love Twitter, maybe love YouTube, maybe love YouTube. All of us can sit here and we do presentations live and help other people. Because there's somebody out there who's afraid to talk, who's afraid to go to a therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist. Somebody's afraid to say yes, going with global issues because of emotions, spiritual, emotional, financial, sexual. Not everybody wants to talk about it. So in an hour, 11 minutes, and 15 seconds, I hope that you guys understand by investing in yourself, like with your knowledge, or learning how to spend time wisely, money wisely, budgeting, consistently assessing our current level assets or estimation or allocated assets, and using the assets that we have, the resources we have, meaning mental health, emotional health, including behavioral health, financial health, and level development. It allows you to earn more in areas, including behavioral health, mental health, as well as here's an excellent food for thought as you make or educate yourself in areas of behavioral health, mental health, knowledge, as you go to see doctors, as you go to see therapists, or life coaches like myself. Again, I'm not a doctor. Just yet. I'm not licensed to treat for diagnosis. Just yet. Therefore, I will not. But I have enough experience, real world experience, like I was in myself, and this meeting able to go 5 years. Allow me to see a certain determined. In fact, just to become Indian, I got the little news about me being Indian. You know how powerful it is for me to see my name put in this was Dr. Advocate. I want to make my mother proud, my grandmother and my father. I want to thank my family that have resulted in this proud. I want my coaching business to be international for me. I want my charity to be international. Not just domestic, but I want to be able to open up and have tomorrow for me. I've built my coaching software, all the things that I've been working hard for. I've worked very hard. I don't be sorry to do what takes it from me because I educate myself. I built websites before. I built applications before. I educate myself prior to going back to school. I got lots of them. I want to tell you something. Those same people are confident. Those same people are built off the foundation of everything I built. Broadly. Tried to make money from concerns and love. When I was actually making wealth. These are my doctor's notes. You just been in trauma. You've been through a level of gracious misconduct and abuses that nobody should have to go through. You didn't deserve that. But you're a very strong person. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a choice. I got a daughter. I have this experience. I want my rainbow baby. I want my future son. I want him to be in the car and take all fun, running around, traveling nuts. I want my daughter to get my maiden daughter. I want the Lord. Amen. But that's my name. I'm very proud of her. She didn't tell me. She took it with kids. And what's so funny in hindsight, 2020, her doctors say, really great. Her doctors gave her a psychiatry book, teaching her psychology, no rewarding to go with them and become a psychiatrist and therapist. Look at it, my baby girl has the potential to turn her life around. It's like I do. Very resilient. So formal education will make you a little still think you're learning Scientology and Dianetics. What you do really influences your life. favorable results. If it doesn't take place to begin to do the right. On the contrary, if you rituals are empowering, then you have a greater possibility of achieving some form of reward. That's sort of how it is, very close. So that is also a level layer of eliminated life. And those are two separate things, but I want you guys to understand the power and level of understanding different things that I was thinking myself to begin to build myself back up, and primarily with my eliminate First Testament. And with the First Testament, it began to be a thing that I would look at when I fall short. I would pick up that New Testament, First Testament, read it on Amazon, read it in all the different outlets that explore that on through life. And again, it's really cool. And then they have it on the website. And I would post those website links on Facebook there. And then you get to set it. But yeah, start to mingle with people who have the same mindset or like-minded like myself. I'm on there. You can find that account. I can get into myself. But I know. But it's like that. And I met so many people. So many cool people on the website. And with that, it helps me to see things. Where it has no involvement in the beginning. Where I felt frustrated. Where I was angry. I just said, my heart is absolutely killing me. It was hurting me and hurting myself. So I had to be quiet. If I'm going to break you down, I'm being sure going to look you guys up in here. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need to hurt you the way I did. Because I was going around here talking about hurting people and feeling for me and doing things to them. Because that's not what I have to say. But never did it come first with being a teacher. It was a time to take down for it. I felt so it's on the forefront of lower brain and psychology. Those are things separate. Things I learned from my first session. Every ability master, every life level of work, of life seekers, life workers, that's a reminder that no, that doesn't happen. I think I'm really think on the contrary, and rituals are empowering. There is very possibility of achieving some form of reward. But that's what is in your mind. I'm telling you where it's coming from. I'm telling you where it's from. It's just starts in your mind with the thought that you're so far in. And those thoughts will eventually empower you to action. Take a bit of advice from a woman who drives herself from glitter of poverty to can't find those money wealthy. And this comes from somebody I didn't think about all the time. Hopefully one day. Just saying, really dwell on who you become. So that is the line for today on 11 layer of success rituals. When you think about what Miss Oprah Winfrey said, please have clear respect to know that. Because I'm not still unhumble, beginning on your flowers. It's one of the most amazing things that I could have ever read. Think about where Oprah Winfrey came from. Poverty. So things that were designed to kill her. Things that were designed to break her down. If you go back and look at the color purple, one of the most critically acclaimed. If you go back and look at original design, some of the very land bodies of work, or women of roots of land. There's a big problem from women. Women of color. Precious gems of this world, of this world around. If you look at the depictions of the story, along with the use of life, layers of women who all have banded together and built on foundations built from growth. So think about what I just said in that statement today. In the hour 19 minutes and 36 seconds. That formal education makes you moving, so education will make you feel. So whether you got a master's degree, whether you got a bachelor's degree, whether you have a GED, or whether you didn't finish high school or finish high school, does not determine your success. Those are tools. Success starts in your mind with a thought. Please go for it in your head. If you put thoughts in the things that are going to empower your daily action, go for it one that landscape. When we go back to something that's between the other day, and it's something that's self-productive. That's one thing to successful. Businesswoman and moving mobile. Open her intraday pounds to first. She meditates twice per day, once in the morning and once in the evening. But as part of meditation, teaching mindful and present. Do you think she doesn't trip? Do you think a woman doesn't go through all kind of things? Do you think she doesn't go through chaos in her life? Yes, she shows. She's mastered a level of things. Think about that channel of American Express. Get the light of the day by starting to set goals with 3 things you want to achieve every day and every month. Think about Ariana Huffington, founder of Huffington Books. I wanted Ariana to connect the world with technology by turning off electronic devices. She dissolves stress from her day by taking a hot bath in the shower. Ariana folds the sweater of her days, wearing her down while she reads a physical book. But part of that helps her to disconnect and turn off and detox. Don't get to every day. During your walk, it's difficult. It says it's his work day. And then it says his greatest challenges. And he always felt he didn't work when he started the hardest as he was his thought. He begins to do the shadow work. And then it's billionaire of Microsoft. Don't be. He felt the richest man in the world according to 4 years ago. 3 weeks from now, on Saturday night, before going to bed, no matter how late he gets home, one of the confidence husbands that someone can stand is reading habit is business-related issues. He uses that to assess the changes that he needs to market. No matter in this department, he is also read about politics and healthcare. So he begins to go and do things that are innovative to highly successful people. So I wanted to say those people the best for that because these people are billionaires, millionaires, thousandaires. But they didn't just start with a lot of money. They began on a foundation. They begin from the level of layers of understanding and trying to stop people from money, but time is money. And we're looking at developers, individuals who work hard, but they work smart. So with that, this is this empowering all of the curriculum. And I want you guys to understand this empowerment and begin in module 3 to go and use these strategies to implement time to break those chains, strategies to implement change. So tomorrow we will pick back up again and a level of module 4. Building your own success ritual. So we'll talk about this tomorrow. I wanted you guys to understand this empowerment from empowerment so we can go and begin to build our strategic plan. So we're going to go into strategic management tomorrow, and we're going to begin a level of time to break that change, strategies, and implementation, and we're going to go do success. Each one of ours is going to be different. As you come to the live, you may be able to tell me exactly what your success rituals are. You can ask me, you can inbox me, or DM me. But in my inbox, I have a level of tokens that let me know if you're staying or not, and then we go up and report. So with that being said, we're going to close out tonight with a little layer of thank you for attending the live. I appreciate each and every last one of you. I hope that you guys each one reach one thing forward. I hope you guys go and find your family, go to the website and go to the phone to, and I hope you guys reach some deep into yourself. That's the journey on foundation. I hope you follow success formula. Like this change, right? Implement change. And you can call in live 515-602-9765, or you may cash out one offer at Working OSI.de, Telephone Talk Radio, or talkradio.com. And you can do it every month, or you can do it whenever you feel like it. We're both offering for the expansion business. You guys are now part of my success ritual to build the businesses back there than ever and begin to hire people. And these people, jobs, experts, and good doctors, diagnose and treat. And then on top of it, while I'm going to the championship and anything I can do with diagnose and treat, I'll be able to still do it and gap and begin to listen to you guys as your company and begin to do this. So thank you, everybody. TV or day on the entire world. Begin to then hit the ground running and make sure that you're successful and whether your success are those that benefit you. Thank you and good night. Again, happy Pride to everybody who is in Pride Month. And in my Pride Month goes all year long as an ally. And welcome. I hope you're